CheeseTeam. What's going on, CheeseTeam, man? It's your boy Steels, bruh, and I'm here with another reaction video for y'all boys and girls, ladies and gents, you feel me? Today we got Floyd Mayweather is broke. I have proof. Now, you know, Floyd Mayweather was up bills, you feel me? He was up $1 billion. How the fuck you go broke off $1 billion, my nigga? Come on, bro. You gotta do better than that, nigga. If I had a bill right now, gang, just me saving half of that paper, putting that shit in savings, I'd be rich forever, gang. That shit go up, up, and up during the day, during the days, during the months, during the year. But let's get right into it, my nigga.
Money Mayweather has money problems. He owes the IRS, he owes car dealers, he's pawning jewelry. A guy who's made hundreds of millions of dollars in his career is somehow running out of money. And now he's suing everyone, claiming he's owed money. While he may be able to keep up the facade that it's everyone else's fault, Floyd's spending problem is the reason why he's going broke. I was able to go directly to the source to get private information that hasn't been shared publicly yet, to discuss the recent lawsuit that sent shockwaves throughout the sports world. Mayweather suing former associate in an alleged $175 million fraud scheme. That associate, Jonah, shared with me private text messages, private images of Floyd signing contracts, and access to private communication with this team. And the proof I've been given will contradict everything you've heard in the news about this case. By going through all of the claims presented in the lawsuit, I'll share all the private information that I have access to so we can understand fully what's going on with Floyd Mayweather. Bro. In 2017, Rechnitz and Mayweather became friends, which ultimately led to Rechnitz becoming Floyd's investment manager, real estate advisor, and banking liaison. Jonah helped put deals together for Floyd. He was his manager, so that's sponsorships, real estate deals, and fights, just to name a few revenue streams. Jonah shared with me that he was not on salary, meaning he only made money when there was a commission on finding a deal. As an example, Jonah shared with me that Floyd was running out of money in 2020, so Jonah put together a fight with Logan Paul to generate income, as well as many other exhibition fights. Turns out the only people actually punching Floyd in the face at this time were the IRS debt collectors. More on that in a minute. The first big claim that Floyd makes is that he wasn't aware that in 2016, Rechnitz had pleaded guilty to wire fraud conspiracy, that Rechnitz had cooperated with the United States attorney, or that Rechnitz had been the subject of significant civil litigation. What Floyd's attorney was trying to do with this complaint is make it look like Floyd was taken advantage of by a guy with a questionable past. Like Floyd is this innocent victim who had no idea who this guy really was. There's a little problem with that, because I have proof he did know. This letter on the screen was sent in 2023 by Floyd Mayweather to a U.S. district judge for the Southern District of New York. The bottom includes Floyd's name and his signature. For context...
Damn, that's tough. Nah, but I ain't gonna lie though, bro. Floyd, you crazy as hell, bro. All them cars, all that, bro. You know, sometimes when you do pay for, when you got a lot of shit to pay for, gang, and you just see your money on it. No. Fuck that, bro. Nigga, you are a billionaire, my nigga. What the fuck, nigga? It's nothing. It's nothing to keep. After $1 billion, you don't even have to work a job no more. You don't have to do nothing. You could literally just live the rest of your life cooling. Literally, for the rest of your life. You should never have to go broke. You shouldn't have to spend, to be honest, you don't have to spend $2 million a year. You don't even have to spend let's calculate that. You don't have to even spend, you don't have to spend $2 million in a year. Let's see. Bro, you'll have to spend 2,500,000 times, gang. Literally, you're gonna have to spend 2,500,000 times. Bro, even if you put $1 million or $2 million, it don't matter what it is. If you put that in a savings account, bro, the APY, that's gonna boost it to at least 3 mil. If you don't touch it. If you put $1 million into the savings account and you just let that shit sit, bro, you're gonna have at least 3 million by the end of the year. Bro, that's crazy, bro. You crazy as hell. I ain't gonna lie, you was crazy as hell.
This is Floyd Mayweather's letter to the judge in Jonah Rechnitz's case, speaking about Jonah's character and why he deserves a better outcome. In the second paragraph, he writes, "We became friendly and I supported him when he was going through the process of being sentenced in 2019. That sounds to me like he knew about Jonah's litigation in New York." In the third paragraph, he writes that Jonah has worked with him as his promoter and business advisor. He has taken the job and run with it, helping Floyd in every aspect and opening up new opportunities. He further mentions the charitable work they've done together. Further down, he mentions that people have tried to take advantage of Jonah by bringing lawsuits against him as a way to extort him. And finally, Floyd writes, I appreciate you taking the time to read this letter, Your Honor. I would just ask that you consider my personal testimony that Jonah Rechnitz is a good person. He claimed that he didn't know about Jonah's past in the complaint, yet he wrote that letter in support of Jonah, showing he clearly knew about the litigation in New York. So it doesn't seem to add up. Many have speculated that Mayweather is coming out of retirement for a rematch with Pacquiao because he needs the money. Yes, this is why. Around August 2025, Floyd needed cash money, so he decided to start pawning his jewelry. Here's a text on August 25th, 2025 of Jonas sending Floyd an image of his watch and the word loan below. That represents that watch as being within the group that was being pawned. Here's the second image sent on that day. The top image is a collection of watches that were grouped together for a November loan and that many had been returned after the balance was paid down. Here's the next message of another collection of watches that were used for a loan. The image on the left is an exhibit Floyd included in the complaint. Within this list are 4 of the watches you see in the text message on the right that were included in the group of watches that were pawned. This indicates he continues to lie about not knowing that his watches were getting pawned for a loan to fund his lifestyle. What was told to me is that Floyd was running out of money. Now, obviously, his broke is a lot different than broke for me and you. But at this time he needed money, so he decided to pawn $13 million from his watch collection. He does have his own jet and has flown private for a couple decades. And he has an extensive exotic car collection. But what has been shared with me,
bro, and I know all those are paid off, gang. Just pay, bro. Sell your cars, do whatever you gotta do to get some money, gang. Like, I ain't gonna lie, on some real shit, gang. Bro, you don't need 4 houses. You don't need 100 cars. You don't need all that, bro. Even the richest of the rich don't have that shit. I can murder Jeff Bezos, don't even have that shit, bro. Or what's that nigga name? Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates. I know none of them niggas got that shit. But niggas like bums. You would think them niggas was some regular niggas. You know what I'm saying? But they rich as shit. That's how it's supposed to be. You don't have to do all this, bro. You don't have to live a fancy lifestyle, gang.
Is that his lifestyle is so expensive that he constantly needs to take out loans against all his assets. And it's fine when he's fighting and making money because he can pay the loans back. But it's kind of like musical chairs. Here's Floyd texting about having to give up all of his jewelry and watches and all of his women's bags. Further, he sent the text, don't forget about my ladies' Birkins, also that's a part of the $13 million. In December 2025, Floyd texted, please keep me updated on my jewelry and Birkins. Thanks. Back in March, so around 7 months after he began pawning, he texted his pawn shop lender asking about the balance he owes so Jonah knows what the number is. Jonah, as Floyd's manager and the one who handles all the financial transactions, is the one who ensures that all the loans are paid off. The lender responds $1.85 million in checks, $10.8 million in jewelry, and $1.47 million in fees. And he mentions needing another $360,000 by Friday so the fees don't keep adding up. Floyd received the $13 million for pawning watches in his supposed $100 million watch collection. Jonah shared with me that people pay up to 3% per month, which is why the fees were so high. That loan was almost paid in full. If you reread Joel's message, it makes sense. Joel says, I have recouped everything and hasn't had to sell any pieces. All that remains is another $360,000 so Floyd doesn't have to pay any more fees. In case you aren't following, Joel can sell the watches that were pawned if Floyd doesn't pay the $13 million back. But he didn't need to sell watches because he was paid back and made $1.5 million.
Just got off the phone with my OG, y'all. Let's get right into it.
$1.5 in fees. In the complaint, Floyd discusses pawning his $100 million jewelry collection with the words, to be pledged or placed in the possession of Joel, a Miami jewelry dealer. The amount received was around $13 million. A substantial portion of the pledged jewelry remains in the possession of Joel and Modi, and no accounting has been provided to Mr. Mayweather, and then alleges that the consideration received was diverted by Rechnitz and not paid to Floyd. I just shared the text messages between Floyd and Joel, showing the accounting of the transaction, and that nothing seemed to be awry. This is not the first time Floyd has had to take a pawn loan. Earlier last year, he borrowed $1 million from his friend Avi, the owner of Avi & Co., against his $18 million Jacob & Co. watch. Upon research, I realized that even though the retail is $18 million, the market value is about $2 to $3 million, so Floyd's $100 million jewelry collection is more likely worth a fraction of that. Why is Floyd Mayweather pawning jewelry just
so fucking slow? It's like, bro, that's what I'm saying. You can't give niggas certain money. You can't give certain niggas money. Bro. It's like, bro, this nigga don't know what he doing. My nigga, what the fuck? Bro, this nigga need like a coach, like a spending coach, a financial coach. Cause it's just no fucking way. Nigga, if I had just the 18 mil, if I had the 18 mil right now, I wouldn't have, bro, I would be rich as fuck right now, gang. That shit would've got flipped. Like this, like in the snap. Dude ass is crazy, gang. You don't have to live this lifestyle. I don't know what's with this rich lifestyle. Yeah, you rich, but you don't have to live that lifestyle, gang. If you're gonna live that lifestyle, don't front your shit. You could have had a rich lifestyle and had one car, one big ass crib, and spent it on other bullshit. But you spend that shit on $1 million, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 cars. God damn. God damn, that shit pissing me off right now.
So wealthy and always seemingly around cash.
Only 5 minutes
I asked
in.
Jonah how much Floyd spends every single month on his team, and Jonah estimated around $1 million. What happens when you can't afford your team's salaries? Here's a video from Floyd's assistant of his entire jewelry collection as they took photos and video of all of the jewelry before pawning. This photo is the same table from the video before with cash on the table, as that was the cash delivered for pawning the jewelry. When you add up Floyd's entire lifestyle, he could easily be spending $2 to $3 million per month, which means he probably needs to be making around $50 million of pre-tax income in order to just break even on that lifestyle expenses. When you're fighting Conor McGregor or Manny Pacquiao, you can cover that type of spend. But I always talk about this in my Athletes Going Broke series. These athletes will keep their lifestyle spend around the same, and when that income goes to essentially zero, they go broke pretty quickly. Floyd claims Jonah screwed him, but ironically, Jonah actually saved him from being bankrupt. Floyd claims he invested $31.5 million into real estate deals and has made a nominal amount of money as a return on his investment. I actually have the distribution letter for this portfolio. Here's the 3 portfolios listed totaling $31.5 million. The annual distribution for the total is around $3.9 million. Back in 2024, when Floyd began investing in real estate, he had no liquidity, meaning he had no cash flow and essentially had no cash to his name. Jonah presents an idea to Floyd Mayweather, as Floyd at the time had 2 properties that were owned in full, however, they weren't being rented out, so they were costing him money every month. Jonah says you should invest that money in real estate so that you can start earning cash flow. In one of the exhibits filed with the complaint, Floyd shows the sale of his Beverly Hills and Miami properties. Instead of having 2 houses sit empty like before, Floyd is now earning almost $4 million every year in cash flow while owning valuable real estate in New York. So it's odd seeing him file this complaint alleging he's been screwed. Does anyone remember this fight? It was in 2015, 11 years ago. And this fight was in 2017. Al Heyman had to advance Floyd money from this fight because Floyd had already spent all of his money. All of this spending is not new. It's been going on for years. So think about this. It's been 9 years since that fight. Let's assume Floyd spends around $20 million per year, which is pretty reasonable given his lifestyle expenses. Okay. That would have meant he spent $180 million since that fight in 2017. He's always posted pictures with cash money because it's his branding. And he certainly has had a lot of money at one point. But spending a couple $1 million per month blows through this cash instantly.
Yeah, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie, my nigga. You gonna have to keep fighting, my nigga. You ain't fighting no more. Now you getting broke as shit. You know what I'm saying? You need to, bro, you shouldn't have retired. And at the same time, bro, you gotta pay. Taxes is a motherfucker, ain't it? I know. Taxes is a motherfucker, brother.
Floyd may have had a $100 million jewelry and watch collection, and that's certainly wealthy to me and you. But when you're spending $20, $30 million per year, that $100 million can dry up pretty quickly. Which is why he now needs to exit retirement to fight Manny Pacquiao for a payday. One of the other claims is about Floyd selling his jet and not receiving any money. There's mention in the complaint that the block for the purchaser was left blank. What the media misunderstood was that the plane wasn't sold for $1 like the complaint lists here. Here's the actual signed contract, which does list the consideration of $1 and OVC, and you can see Floyd's signature down below. I think what was misunderstood is that the plane didn't actually sell for $1. OVC means other valuable considerations, which means the sale was for more than $1. This happens when private parties don't want the amount known to the public. Here's the text message between Jonah and Floyd. Jonah sent the payoff letter from the lender of his private jet, as well as a letter from Navy Federal Credit Union regarding a $2.787 million payoff. What happened was Floyd took out a large loan against the value of the jet. So when the jet was sold, a large chunk of the money went to pay off the loan and many of his other debts. Here's the payoff demand statement for the jet. Highlighted is borrower named Floyd Mayweather. The total loan payoff is around $2.79 million, and the highlight in the bottom left is the property collateral as the Gulfstream Learjet. This is the bank wire transfer receipt from the credit union. Both of these documents were sent to Floyd, so he's clearly lying about the jet only selling for $1 and him being out of the know on the jet selling. The picture on the left is Floyd signing the contract, and the picture on the right is Floyd holding the aircraft purchase and sale agreement right after signing it. Does he look disappointed in the terms of the sale? This is the text Jonah sent to Floyd in September 2025, indicating that the house and airplane contracts were done, and Floyd responded, "Let's go." To make it even more clear that Floyd knew about the plane purchase and the terms of the purchase and sale, here's a text between Floyd and Jonah where Floyd writes, "Can you call me about the plane, please? I need for you to update me, please." And Jonah responded, "Plane is ready to close."
Nigga begging. He saying, please, grown ass man.
Jonah saved hundreds of private images, screenshots of text messages, and I can understand why he did it. They were dealing with millions upon millions of dollars. Floyd was going broke, and Jonah worried that Floyd was going to start blaming those around him for his financial problems. Back in November 2025, Jonah sent this message to Floyd saying, "I can help continue to create income for you for life, but you need to start saving more money and spending less. Borrowing from a credit line should be for investment purposes, not to pay past due bills because we will have to pay it back." Floyd also claims that 80% distributions to Mayweather Promotions LLC and 20% to be paid to Frist Apex Ventures were diverted by Rechnitz. Throughout the complaint, Floyd is claiming that fraud was going on because he only received 80% of the distributions, which is interesting because he signed the operating agreement for that split. This is Floyd holding up the settlement statement of a closed transaction involving his company, Mayweather Promotions, and Frist Apex Ventures. His smile doesn't look like someone who is upset with the deal that just closed.
Bro, like, for every statement you put on them papers, gang, you got a picture. So you fake snitched on yourself. I ain't like, even if you were trying to get a point across, you fake snitched on yourself, bro, with all these photos, my nigga.
Seen the operating agreement between these two companies that Floyd signed showing an 80-20 split. And since I promised you receipts, here's the document with the distribution allocation of 80% for Mayweather Promotions and 20% for Frist Apex Ventures. Down at the bottom, you can see Floyd's signature agreeing to the terms of the contract. As part of the fraud claim against Rechnitz and Frist, Floyd claims IL Frist signed distribution letters as manager of Vada Properties when he held no such office, and by signing as CEO of Vada Properties when he held no such office. This is a screenshot of Floyd's Instagram over a year ago. The picture in the middle is Floyd promoting speaking at a conference about real estate with IL Frist. In the post, IL is listed as the CEO of Vada Properties. This is the Real Deal conference where Floyd is talking about buying real estate and IL Frist is the man to his right.
I had a very, very smart team, guys that was very, very educated in real estate. I gave them 9 figures. I went from 7, I skipped over 8 because it was paying so good. I went to 9 figures.
That doesn't sound like someone who is disappointed in the outcome of his real estate investing. Yeah. Another major allegation in the complaint is that Rechnitz orchestrated a $13 million loan from Hankey Capital LLC secured by Floyd's property in Miami Beach, Florida. The picture in the background is of Floyd and Don Hankey. This property is actually owned by Josh Gatlib and Meyer Orbach. Back in 2024, when Floyd was running out of cash, he needed to sell 2 properties. So he sold it to the 2 names I just mentioned, and it was a favor by them. But the allegation is that $6.5 million of that loan went to the purchase of the private jet we discussed earlier in the video, and only approximately $4 million was made available to Mayweather Promotions. The full accounting is right here. $6.5 million to buy a jet with TBE Aviation LLC as the owner. That's Floyd's private jet-related LLC. The $4 million to Mayweather Promotions is listed, and all of the other allocations are listed with none relating to Rechnitz or the other defendants. He also claimed there was another loan of $16.4 million and worded it such that it looks like Frist Apex Ventures took $8.8 million of his money. The money from these properties all became his investment in the $31.5 million portfolio mentioned a few moments earlier, properly managed by the LLC he's suing.
So what I told them is, of course, I wanted my payout to be a little different. Normally the payouts are, at the beginning of the month, but I wanted my payouts to be every week, spread it out throughout the week, because I'm traveling, family, friends, we're traveling, we're moving around, we're doing different things. So I wanted my payouts to be like that, and everything played out like it played out, and everything was going great.
This speech stood out to me now that I'm viewing it through the lens of Floyd going broke. Why in the world would you need to change the distribution schedule to be weekly?
Yeah,
Didn't Floyd make like $500 million boxing? Why do you now all of a sudden, you're so tight on cash flow that you need your distributions to be paid every single week so you can afford a vacation? Floyd Mayweather fathers baby with dancer, ordered to pay $1 million in back child support. Jonah told me that Frist Apex Ventures assisted with paying his...
It's crazy how that nigga used to wear chains all the time, and all these new videos, he ain't wearing no chains, folks. That's how you know he fucked up. Like, it's literally in his brand. His brand is to look rich. 24/8. Even with the suits and shit, I know he still be wearing his chains, bro. It's Floyd Mayweather, my nigga. Oh, bro, he like the Flash. It's okay. But, bro, you need to know when to just... one thing I know about... Because being a college student, you know what I'm saying? You do go broke. One thing, you know what I'm saying? When you see you got so much money and you just see it's getting lower and lower and lower, that shit don't feel good. That shit's so stressful, my nigga. This nigga down there going bald, my nigga. Look at him. Every day, every second. He can't even lock in with life. I know he can't lock in with life because every time he breathe, he know his money is declining. It's decreasing. It's like, fuck. And he's rich. He's still rich. Don't get me wrong. The nigga's still rich. but he can't live the lifestyle he used to live. He's damn near turning into a regular citizen like me, which is fucked up. Cause you had it, bro.
Child support, meaning his lawsuit against him, is even more perplexing. I found the court documents with his unexpected baby mama. Floyd did not deny being the father and was not happy with the news. He was angry and blamed her for getting pregnant. He attempted to force her to have an abortion and then blocked her from phone communication and text when he realized she was keeping the baby. Sounds like a great father. I even have the text messages between Floyd and her, but I'll blur for privacy reasons. It's not good. Here's the child support payments that stopped in December 2024 when Floyd was really having money problems. Floyd was ordered to pay $32,850 a month in child support, in addition to $933,050 in back support. This is how you go broke. I also have a letter from the IRS for taxpayer Floyd Mayweather. This is the notice of levy from the IRS for his unpaid $3.35 million in taxes from 2018. This was sent.
Hey, shout out to all the real fathers out there, my nigga. Real shit. That's some. Hey, I hate niggas like him, gang. Like, that shit not cool, bro. That shit is not cool, bro. If you gonna have, if you gonna have unprotected woo, nigga, just know, you know what I'm saying, it's shit that comes with that, gang. And if the girl just don't, if she wanna have it, you just gotta lock in. I mean, you was rich anyway, gang. You really ain't had shit to worry about. That baby was gonna be fine. I get you don't want a baby, gang, but it's like, it is what it is now. You gotta lock in. That's fucked up, though.
Wells Fargo to seize any money in Floyd's Wells Fargo account. And they did the same for his JP Morgan Chase account. Here's an official IRS tax lien document sent to Floyd Mayweather on his property for the amount owed of around $7.28 million for the years 2018 and 2023. Some might say he's not going broke, he just wants to push off paying back the IRS, but I think this next document is a smoking gun. This is the collection appeal request Floyd sent to the IRS on why he couldn't pay. The explanation he sent was, need more time to gather the funds to pay in full. This is the IRS about to start seizing his assets. This isn't a personal loan. Why in the world, if he's made hundreds of millions of dollars, why doesn't he just pay the couple $1 million so he can get the IRS off his back? Boy. Jonas still hasn't been served with the complaint, which means he can't respond. And also because this lawsuit follows exactly what Floyd does with the media. Floyd has been claiming that he is unaware of a lot of the documents and that he didn't sign for deals. Jonah provided evidence to me of images he took of Floyd having a notary visit his house to sign. I'm blurring a lot of this to protect Floyd's privacy, but those are his fingerprints. Jonah provided a quote. I do not want to litigate this issue through the media, nor do I want to embarrass Floyd publicly, so I will say this. It's sad that Floyd blew through his money. I wrote him many letters concerning his spending habits, which are documented. I had many conversations with him about slowing down with the spending, but unfortunately it caught up to him and now he's looking to blame others. One of these letters to the TMT team was shared with me.
No accountability.
This letter is 5 pages long and describes all of the issues that Jonah was having managing Floyd. Jonah even includes a paragraph about no longer wanting to work with Floyd because of the spending problems and how much of a risk it became to be around Floyd. First, he blamed Al Heyman, and now he's blaming me. He sued Showtime for $340 million, sued Business Insider for $100 million, and now sued me for $175 million. He is unhinged. I hope he can get back on his feet and control his spending. Floyd can continue to lie that he didn't know about the airplane purchase or the jewelry pawns. The facts speak for themselves. There's a lot more, and I have all of the backup, which we tried to show Floyd's attorney before they filed suit, but he refused to review any evidence that would contradict his frivolous lawsuit. Bottom line, I saw the writing on the wall, and because I knew Mayweather may eventually turn on me, I kept meticulous records of all the transactions. Something I've very much learned over the past few years analyzing litigation and media scandals is that a lot of wealthy people know how to use media and litigation.
Imagine if he didn't have none of them documents. Boom, bro, Floyd Mayweather would have damn near fucked his life up. Floyd Mayweather, you is crazy, gang.
Strategy. I'll show you how media actually works. Let me use this as an example. Back in September 2025, this article titled Floyd Mayweather Sues Vegas Car Dealer Over Sale. You lied to me, was released on TMZ Sports. The article is full of quotes about the dealer engaging in shady business practices and overcharging Floyd and possibly defrauding him. Floyd wasn't the victim. He wanted to use the media to pressure the dealer so the dealer wouldn't come after him for the money Floyd owed the dealer. But the other news organizations need stories, so they spread the headlines that Floyd is suing a car dealer for a fraudulent purchase. Sports Illustrated picks up the story. Then Fox News picks up the story. The following day, the Vegas car dealer filed a complaint against Floyd. Floyd purchased 4 vehicles totaling $2.25 million from the dealer. Floyd wrote 2 checks for the purchase of the vehicles. The problem is that the checks bounced. They didn't go through, and Floyd still had possession of the vehicles. Even worse is that Floyd drove one of the cars from Vegas to LA and added 1,500 miles to the car. They ultimately had to reach a settlement agreement where Floyd still owed $1.2 million to the dealer. I think that's...
How is this nigga not locked up? Any other nigga would've got locked. Hey, Floyd Mayweather, that's some real life broke shit, gang. Lock the fuck in, bro. Like, you really blew through your cash.
The story is
bro.
relevant because it's another sign of Floyd's money problems, but I also wanted to highlight his media strategy. Floyd has a private relationship with TMZ Sports. If he wants someone to look bad, he'll go to them first so that they can publish a featured article about Floyd being defrauded. Then he'll file a complaint full of lies the following day and paint himself out to be a victim. TMZ Sports was the first to reveal this story. A lot of people mentioned to me that I should make a video about Floyd suing his business manager, but I held off because I wanted to hear Jonah's side first because I know exactly how Floyd uses the media. And after Jonah shared hundreds of private images and screenshots of text messages with me, it's clear that this lawsuit is another example of this strategy. In February, Floyd sued Showtime for $340 million, claiming there's a conspiracy to not pay him what he's owed. He also sued Business Insider for $100 million and then immediately dropped it. I hope you're starting to see the pattern. He goes to the media to play victim, gets all the other news organizations to distribute the story because he's a very big name, and then he hopes that he can settle with the other side so that he doesn't go bankrupt. Guys like Floyd use the media as a strategy, not as reporting on truth. Logan Paul claims Floyd still owes him money. Miami jeweler sues Floyd Mayweather Jr. for $1.4 million bling tab. The retired boxer asked to pay the $1.675 million owed to the jeweler at a later date. The jeweler also alleges that Mayweather submitted 5 checks that bounced. Floyd Mayweather sued for $330,000 in alleged unpaid rent on luxury Manhattan apartment. Another lawsuit filed against Floyd for the use of an unpaid private jet trip. I've been sued
God damn, nigga. Nigga, pay your dues, gang. What the fuck? Bro, are you really that broke? God damn. Bro, I get it. You got the hands, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie. You have the hands. I give it to you. You have the hands, folks. But bro, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. A group of us gonna have to jump you. My nigga, real shit.
Couple different times and know what it's like to have multiple false allegations written about you in a complaint. I've been accused of being a member of a criminal enterprise and assaulting someone. See, in America, you can write whatever you want in the complaint, even if it's full of lies. What's interesting about this lawsuit is that it's a verified complaint, meaning Floyd is signing under the penalty of perjury that everything is factual. Maybe he isn't capable of reading ChatGPT's answer on why it's a bad idea filing a verified complaint full of lies. He could be hit with a perjury charge. Floyd also has a bit of a gambling problem. It's known that he bets a lot of money on sports. If you
Holy shit. 1/2. Oh, he really go to the casinos. He be really doing it. He don't be using no, you know what I'm saying? FanDuel, my nigga. Bro, ticket to win 18 million to collect 38. I don't even get. Did he collect it?
follow my channel.
22,000. Ticket cost 22,000 to win 18,000 to collect 40,000. So is he winning this shit?
Well, then you know how much money these guys lose betting on sports. Easily millions of dollars.
I don't
the
get
amount
how
of
they,
money these degenerates
go.
gamble is truly mind-boggling. Just this one hand of blackjack appears to have around $100,000 wagered. Not a good look when you owe the IRS. There were many claims, but to summarize the main claims against Rechnitz, Floyd alleged that the jet sold for $1 and he didn't receive any of the proceeds. The evidence proves this is a lie. Floyd also alleged that he wasn't aware of this jewelry being pawned and that he didn't receive the proceeds. The evidence proves this is also a lie. And lastly, Floyd claims he was defrauded in his real estate transactions with Rechnitz and Frist. The evidence again proves that this is a lie. Even worse, they're helping him make nearly $4 million in cash flow every year, which is keeping him from filing bankruptcy.
Floyd Mayweather, you the biggest front ever, nigga. You are
Mayweather.
You are the biggest front ever. I ain't gonna lie, bro. If I see you, bro, I ain't gonna lie, Floyd Mayweather. If I see you on the street somewhere, my nigga, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's tough, bro. I ain't gonna say shit, gang. And don't ask me for no fucking dollar, neither. Cause that shit is over with. You gonna spend that, you gonna try to spend that shit on the casino or some shit, hoping that shit bounce back to $1 million. Bum ass nigga. If you fuck with the video, man, like, comment, subscribe, bro. Join CheeseTeam, man. Please tap that sub button, man. We on the road to 175 subscribers, man. Shout out CheeseTeam, man. Shout out to the guys, man. We is gone.